Chris, what is our first main topic today?
Our first topic comes from Jeff Singer. In a continuing sign of Top Gun Maverick's dominance at the box office, the film grossed $15.8 million on its first Tuesday. For comparison, this is bigger than the first Tuesdays for The Batman, $10.77 million, and Doctor Strange 2, $12.6 million. Just how good will the second weekend drop be, and could Maverick end up making more money, at least domestically, than The Batman and Doctor Strange 2? Thanks for taking my question, and may the force be with you.
Thank you so much for that, Jeff. And yeah, I mean, listen, the stories and the milestones of Top Gun Maverick just keep coming. Of course, we already know it's the biggest Memorial Day opening weekend in cinematic history. It's the biggest opening of Tom Cruise's by a mile. It is the biggest opening of Tom Cruise's illustrious career. Onward, on and on and on and on. And as we talked about on this show previously, Tom Cruise's movies don't always necessarily open big, not even his Mission Impossible movies, but they have legs. They always have legs. And as a sign of the fact that they have such great legs, this new movie, even though it didn't open as big as The Batman or as Doctor Strange, its first Tuesday numbers are actually higher than Doctor Strange and The Batman. And more potently, in just 6 days, Top Gun Maverick has eclipsed the total box office of the original Top Gun. Now, of course, it's a different, that was 36 some odd years ago.
36 years ago,
but 6 days for a movie that everybody knows. Everybody knows Top Gun, right? And it eclipsed that in a couple days. This comes to us from the folks over at Deadline who write the following. In the wake of scoring the best Memorial Day opening of all time at the domestic box office with $160.5 million, Paramount Skydance's Top Gun Maverick didn't let up yesterday, grossing $15.8 million. Well, that is the third best Tuesday in May stateside after Disney/Marvel's Avengers Infinity War at $23.4 million on May 1st, 2018, and The Avengers $17.6 million on May 8th of 2012. It's easily the best Tuesday in May for a non-Marvel movie. The comic book franchise continually dominating the month. Top Gun 2's Tuesday is also ahead of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. That pick made $12.6 million on May 10th. In regards to the previous biggest Tuesdays in May for a non-Marvel movie, that belonged to Disney's Aladdin with $12 million on May 28th, 2019. What we are seeing here is a movie that opened lower than Doctor Strange did. It's a Marvel movie, of course it is. But sustainability through seems high. And we've been talking for a while about what kind of second week drop off are we going to see for Top Gun? Because when a movie opens as big as this, we talk about this all the time, you're going to see a larger than normal drop off in the second weekend because everybody's seen it already. But with something like Top Gun and the insane word of mouth and the fact that it's gotten the over 40 crowd coming back to the movie theaters for the first time, I think we're going to see a really good second weekend. Whereas normally for a movie that opens like around the 130, 40, 50, $60 million range, you're looking at a 60, 62, 63% drop off would be good. I think we're talking about 50%. I think we're talking about a 50% drop, one of the best drops maybe. I don't know. Rob, you hear all these stats, numbers coming at us. What stands out to you as being the most important?
Well, the first thing, when you have filmmakers and a studio that know what they have, know what they're doing. I mean, Skydance and Paramount, and obviously Tom Cruise and Jerry Bruckheimer and people like Chris McQuarrie, who's a writer and a producer on this movie, they were allowed to do their thing, and the studio said, Tom Cruise said, look, we waited a long time. This shows you what a well-crafted piece of entertainment can do for audiences and the people that made it, so it's well-deserved. I have to tell you, I haven't heard people talk about a movie the way they talk about this movie in a long time. Mm-hmm. And I've seen it now. I saw it in IMAX on Sunday in a packed theater at the Chinese. John, people love this movie. I'll bet you that this movie might drop even less than 50%. I bet it drops 49, 48, 47.
That would be huge.
It would be huge because I think I have to say that there, especially in this time, coming out of a pandemic, I mean, this is, talk about a feel-good movie. I mean, even though this is emotional and it does hit some really deep emotional chords, I mean, my God, does it make you feel good to be a human being?
Yeah.
I mean, I felt that way the two times I've seen it. I saw it with you lovely people at CinemaCon at the first time with an audience full of people that responded to it, but the cheers, and not just at the end. You know, people
Throughout the
clap
movie.
throughout the movie, and you feel, and I think this is exactly the kind of entertainment that Hollywood forgot they do well. I mean, everyone's chasing you're chasing an IP, but ain't no one's chasing 36-year-old IP.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and going back, let's get the original star of this movie. It's 36 years later. No one's going to do that.
Well, because there's not any other Tom Cruise.
No,
out
there
there.
isn't.
To be fair, he looks like he's been frozen since then.
Yeah,
and it was
True.
just, he got recently thawed.
He's the Winter Soldier movie star.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
When he's
They
not on
unfreeze
set,
him.
he goes into his cryo chamber.
Yeah, yeah, and I think I'm not surprised by this, and I felt the same thing when I saw it the second time in IMAX. You know, because half the movie's shot in IMAX. It was even better. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. So I would not be surprised if this movie drops less than 50%.
Chris, you're hearing all these numbers. It beat the Batman's Tuesday. It beat Doctor Strange's Tuesday. Had the huge opening weekend. What's standing out to you the most?
Well, the leg up it has on those movies. It brought back that over 40 crowd.
Right.
You know, we had a whole other demographic run, not walk to the theater. And I think they're going to see this film multiple times. This not only has legs, but it hits that nostalgia. It's something you can see with your whole family too.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is a movie that really, really just ticks a lot of boxes for a lot of people. And again, I say that as someone where I wasn't as enthusiastic about this film as you guys, just because I had seen the first one once when I was like 20, because my dad showed it to me and was like, this is a great film, let's watch it. But it is such a well done movie and it deserves to be seen on a big screen. And it just, the sound editing and everything that you
sound
can
is
feel
insane.
like
Insane.
in you on a cellular level is so cool. I really think though, it's just being that appealing film that demographic that was so recalcitrant to coming back to theaters, getting them in their
Good
seats.
word.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
I dressed like a
Wow.
librarian today and I have a really good vocabulary now.
Wow, you don't hear that word uttered aloud
Yeah.
ever.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you make of this? The triumphant run of Top Gun just continues. What impresses you the most? Its overall numbers, the fact that it beat like a Doctor Strange and the Batman on its Tuesday. What kind of second weekend drop-off do you think we're going to see? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to take just a minute and thank the sponsor of this video, Masterclass. Masterclass is offering classes on a wide variety of topics, like all taught by world-class masters at the absolute tops of their field. Each class is broken down out into individual video lessons, usually like around 10 minutes or so long, and members can explore at their own pace. And each class is supported by downloadable materials, lessons, recipes, or more that you can all find at masterclass.com. For example, are you into streaming? Well, you can take the Building Your Streaming class taught by ninjas so you can sharpen up on your streaming skills. Or if you're interested in independent filmmaking, take independent filmmaking from Academy Award winner Spike Lee. You want to get classes on how to direct? How about from Ron Howard? The very first one I personally looked up and got into was Business Leadership by the great Big Papa Iger, Bob Iger himself. And I was absolutely enthralled with it. I love every single minute of this stuff. If any of those apply to you, you need to try Masterclass. So I highly recommend that you check it out. Get unlimited access to every Masterclass. And as a John Campea Show viewer, you get 15% off an annual membership. Go to masterclass.com/Campea. Once again, to get 15% off your annual membership, go to masterclass.com/Campea.